Hi, my name is Jared, and this is Horror Obsession. We are back with another Blumhouse horror movie extravaganza, and this time we've got an actually alright movie to talk about. After the devastating failure of Evil Eye, it took a lot of courage to step back into the ring and go toe to toe with Blumhouse for another round, but I'm proud to say, just like Rocky, I overcame my fucked up face and got back up. I wanted to find a movie that was actually a horror film, so I did do a short Google search on the movies this time and picked one that I thought would actually be scary. Was I right? Well, A House on the Bayou is not as scary as some of the classic home invasion movies like Funny Games, Hush, Inside, or Home Alone. But A House on the Bayou has some familiar faces, including Angela Serafin from Westworld and Paul Scheider from the worst season of Parks and Rec. Paul Schneider plays John, a pompous douchebag who is basically a giant charisma black hole and who is cheating on his wife, Jessica, played by the aforementioned Angela Serafin. She is waiting for him at home one day, but instead of making a huge scene or divorcing him, she basically politely asks that he stop seeing the other woman and he do some chores around the house. John acts like she just asked him to eat a bowl of fire ants, not take out the laundry, a running theme throughout the movie. So the family jets off to the Louisiana Bayou for a family vacation to help them recover from the affair, and they bring along their 14-year-old daughter. The house is pretty amazing and has a pool which is shockingly clean. We all know that shit would be covered in disgusting bugs. I mean, this is Louisiana we're talking about here. John mentions needing a drink, so Jessica suggests he goes to the grocery store for wine and some food for tonight, and John looks like she just asked him to jump into the bottom of a porta potty. He ends up taking his daughter along, and at the store, a boy named Isaac starts hitting on the daughter, Anna, even though she's only 14 and he's 18. The owner of the store, whose character is actually called Grandpappy in the script, leaves John a cryptic message about being watched by the devil. John and Anna return home and suddenly Isaac and Grandpappy are there, having invited themselves to dinner. If you've seen any horror movies at all, and if you're watching this channel, I'm guessing you have, you can guess what happens next. House on the Bayou is not terrible, and it is much scarier than Evil Eye. It doesn't have the same horrible sense of shot composition or acting as Bingo Hell, and overall the story is actually pretty competent. There is some baffling stuff, like how by the end of the film, the reveal is that Isaac is some supernatural force who only kills evil people, but I feel like it's hard to claim the moral high ground when you are unabashedly trying to rape a minor. That being said, A House on the Bayou is actually a horror movie. Is it scary? Not really, but it does try, and I appreciate that at least. After Evil Eye, I was wondering whether all these movies are just bland, soulless monstrosities masquerading as horror movies, but I will admit House on the Bayou is alright. It's not great, it's not even average, but it has some reasonably scary moments, and the writing isn't a total dumpster fire. I wouldn't recommend checking this out unless you really like Angela Serafin, or if you've seen almost every other horror movie ever made and are scraping the bottom of the barrel. Which, to be honest, is pretty much my situation. Let's just hope the next Blumhouse movie that tortures me doesn't have a character named Grandma Pappy or Daughter Pappy.